Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, guys, so this is from 10 years ago, but I just wonder how much more of this goes on that doesn't get reported. And you know the media and the police, they're all big buddies. This is from 7 News, Rape Kits Found Untested at Hollywood PD by Carmel Cafiero, Daniel Cohen. Dated January 14th, 2014. 7 News has learned the Hollywood Police Department has uncovered, watch how they word this stuff, has uncovered nearly 100 rape kits that have gone untested for years. Isn't that fantastic, you guys? Isn't that great? So what does this discovery mean for victims? Investigative reporter Carmel Cafiero is on the case with the exclusive. WSVN administered immediately after a sexual assault. A rape kit like this can be invasive for a victim, but vital to bringing the attacker to justice. Ladies, by the way, there's ways to get evidence. There's ways to get evidence. I hope you don't need it. The kit is useless, though, if it is not tested. Ain't that the truth? For the rapist's DNA. What are they so afraid of? And 7 News has learned 94 rape kits sat in a refrigerator at the Hollywood police station for years and never tested. Isn't that phenomenal, you guys? Carmel, how long have some of these rape kits been sitting? Chief Frank Fernandez, as far back as we could tell, all the way to 2005. Like nobody knows anything. You see, it's like people talk in third person. That's just how like Mike Rinder always talks in third person. Carmel, that's a very long time. Chief Frank Fernandez, it is. It's an alarming amount of time. It's an alarming amount of rape kits. Like Frank Fernandez recently took over as Hollywood's top cop. The chief says he immediately ordered an audit, including the property unit where the rape kits were discovered. Chief Frank Fernandez, these are things that happened way before I got here, see? I don't know if he was a Hollywood cop, maybe not. It's been, as I best tell, a lack of proper procedures and maybe a systemic problem. Well, no shit. Just think about that, you guys. What would the vested interest be in the police officers not getting the rape kits tested? I'm not saying anything. The rape kits are supposed to be brought to the Broward Sheriff's Office Crime Lab for analysis. A DNA profile can be drawn from things like hair or fluids left on a victim. Yep, sure can. Sure can. The information is then entered into an FBI database to see if it matches the DNA of known criminals. So far, 24 of the 94 kits have been identified as top priorities. Oh, you know something else I was thinking about? Meanwhile, statute of limitations was probably expiring for some people. But what do I know? And brought to the lab. Others will follow. The chief says arrests have already been made in some of the 94 cases. How many? But in other victims may be told about the delay, and that no doubt will come as troubling news. I mean, like, the fact that they can even talk like this, it's unbelievable, honestly. How long were the rape kits just sitting around? Sandra Vasquez. What we've seen recently is an increase in the violence of the attacks. More aggression, more injuries. The delicate nature of assisting sexual assault victims in Broward County is handled at the Nancy J. Cotterman Center in Fort Lauderdale. Sandra Vasquez, we take the victim's saliva sample, and that's to obtain her DNA. Here they undergo very personal exams used to preserve forensic evidence that can link the attacked to the attacker. I just want to add in real quick, you know how, I forget what the lady's name was, but she was in a women's prison, and she had been AR'd by one of the correctional officers. You know what she did? She kept her underwear. I believe it was her underwear. Something with the you-know-what on it. And later the guy was convicted and went to prison. Yep. We know it's few and far between, but... Carmel, how difficult can that be for a woman who has already been violated? Yep. Sandra Vasquez. It is very difficult. That's why rape goes underreported a lot. But then look what happens when it does get reported. And that includes children. 94 victims in Hollywood did their part by reporting it and endured the examination, after only to have the evidence ignored. Wonder how many of them pull their pant legs up there. Chief Frank Fernandez. I cannot account for what happened in the past. I can only account for my point going forward. And I'm going to ensure that that never happens again. I'd like to look into this. The question is now, will the kits that are finally being tested take criminals off the street? And did the delay give any of them the opportunity to rape again? Of course it did. I think I'm going to look into this and see what happened. How much do you guys bet nothing happened? So I will leave the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night, wherever you are.